Now to a growing problem at area animal shelters. They have too many pets. More people are finding abandoned pets, but not always finding a place for them. Cassie Arsenault is at Hamilton County's animal shelter with how the pandemic may have a lot to do with this, but maybe not in the way a lot of people think. Cassie?
That's right, Paula. Now, right behind me at Cincinnati Animal Care, they have declared a code red. They've been over capacity since May. And just to give you an idea, they've taken in 188 animals since last Friday. And they have a few theories on why more animals are headed through their doors.
It's an all too common yet heartbreaking scenario as of late. This cat and her kitten were found abandoned on the street.
They're out there and they look pathetic and just miserable, and they needed some care.
Cameron Adams and his wife Laura kept the pair at their home because finding a safe place for them to go was nearly impossible.
It was hard. It was like 9 different places that we've called and nobody would take them.
One place did answer their call for help, Cincinnati Animal Care. But that's not to say they don't already have their hands and kennels full.
We declared what we call code red, which means we have 10 or fewer open kennels.
Ray Anderson says sometimes they're at -30 kennels, stretching resources to help more animals. And while they can't ask the dog or the cat how they ended up on the streets, the influx of animals needing help during the pandemic has left them with a few theories.
Is it necessarily related to the eviction moratorium ending, or, various employment issues happening, unemployment assistance running out? It could be.
When people freely surrender their animals, the #1 reason the shelter hears is there's a lack of affordable pet-friendly housing. So the only option is to give up their pet. And while the pandemic lingers and continues to shift and uproot people's lives, the shelter is bracing for more animals heading their way.
Our biggest fear here is that evictions increase, and that's going to see more animals coming in and more people needing help.
Now, Cincinnati Animal Care is trying to solve this problem this weekend, Saturday and Sunday from noon to 6. They will be waiving all adoption fees. And they say that doing something like this sometimes makes people nervous, but in their experience, it's been the most successful in terms of adoptions, even more successful than traditional adoptions. Live at Cincinnati Animal Care, I'm Cassie Arsenault, Local 12 News.
Let's hope so. Thank you, Cassie. Cincinnati Animal Care says the biggest pandemic myth is that people adopted pets at the start of the pandemic and then don't want them anymore because they have to go back to work. They say that is just not the case. In fact, their return rate is very low and below the national average. So that is good. I guess it's just this eviction problem and affordable housing problem. But if you can reach into your heart, if you got a little room.
The Tri-State is a very giving and caring community, so I'm sure lots of people will turn out on Saturday to adopt some of those pets.